Hi, I just finished a blog that I posted on my website, sperryspot.com, but I wanted to put a video out where I read this because I'm trying to read it to myself and I thought I might as well record it for posterity's sake. Anyway, okay, this is the heavenly book. This is the 12 major constellations, along with each constellation's minor constellations, and the story that it tells, based on the meaning of the names of the constellations, as well as the names of the stars, the ancient names of the stars in Hebrew, and Syriac, I think, is one of the languages. There's several different languages, but they're ancient and they go back to the Dendera Zodiac, which is about 6,000 something years old, found in Egypt. This is the story told from the beginning of time about what our Creator did for us, because He knew ahead of time that we were going to make bad choices and end up getting kicked out of the garden that He made for us to tend so that we could commune with Him in this garden. This is what He said, what the Creator said eons ago when He created this place and placed all of the stars. Starting with Virgo and ending with Leo. This is the story. The virgin who bears the desired branch, the infant held by the pure and separated virgin, the bright, starry virgin who bears the desired, the longed for, glorious united twin, who shall come down. The Son who cometh shall have dominion as the deliverer, the branch who cometh. The King, the heretofore and hereafter, the pierced sin offering, the coming guardian, the keeper, coming forth as an arrow, who separates and preserves. The weighing scales to purchase and offer redemption by the gracious branch, the station of propitiation. The scales show the purchase or price which is deficient, as well as the purchase or price which covers. The victim cut off, the beast, the animal to be slain, the shining jewel with the kingly crown. The conflict, the attack of the perverse enemy wounding the heel. The accursed reptile is held in the grasp of the human figure that is bruised in the foot as he treads upon the scorpion. As he kneels on one knee, holding a branch, the other foot is on the head of Draco, the strong one, wounded, yet punishing the enemy underfoot. The sin offering, the branch, kneeling. The archer who sends forth the arrow with the bow is gracious and delights in sending it. The fishing eagle springing up shall be exalted, holding the harp, completely finishing at the altar the long serpent or dragon, the subtle enemy, bowed down to be destroyed. The goat, the kid, the atonement sinking down, the sacrifice slain, the record of the cutting off, the judge cometh, the destroying arrow piercing and wounding the bright one in the heel, coming quickly as a swift pouring out of water. The one who goeth and returneth, the pourer out of the stream, the vessel of pouring out, the urn, the record of pouring forth water, the rising up and pouring forth of water, the southern fish drinking in the water from the urn, the mouth of the fish. The branch returns home, he goeth and returneth. He carries the water and causes it to overflow, joyfully coming quickly. He shall come down, flying swiftly, as in a circle, return, glorious, shining forth, who goes and returns. The upheld united fish, multiplying, the band lengthened out as posterity. The King, the Shepherd, the Redeemer comes as a human figure holding a branch, comes as in a circle and breaks the bound, sets free from death the abundance, the assembled, the chained woman who is stretched out, afflicted, but delivered from the grave. The ram or lamb coming forth, sent forth, the sheep gentle and merciful, bound, bruised, wounded, slain, yet the exalted chief is lifted up. The enthroned woman, seated, freed, beautiful with branch in hand and the bound serpent. The chained enemy is overthrown. The armed man holding a head with serpents. The head of the enemy, the evil spirit, is subdued and carried away. The bull coming to rule the accumulation, the congregated, belonging to the judge, the center or foundation, the leader, governor. A human figure walking, coming forth as light, the mighty branch, the ruler prince, the wounded, the foot who dividing binds together the nebula, the flowing river of the judge, going forth, shepherding the kids, the goats, or ewes for atonement. The twins or pair united, treading underfoot, the palm branch, hurt, afflicted in the foot, the seed bearing an arrow, the ruler or judge bearing a branch, coming to suffer. The hare, the enemy or serpent, the deceiver, enemy of what cometh. The prince who shall come, the chief of the right hand, the mighty glorious leader, bright and shining. The redeemer, the chief of the left hand, who completes, perfects the burdened, loaded, bearing for others. The cattle folds encircling the possession, the nebula, a multitude offspring, sheltering, grasping the assembled thousands of kids or lambs. The lesser fold or flock waiting on him who cometh. The young calves, the kid, the turned, the center of the constellations, traveling company. The latter sheepfold and sheep assembled, the wealth or multitude, the daughters of the assembly, visited, guarded, and numbered. The lamb, protected, covered, redeemed, ransomed company of travelers, walking appointed and strong. The ship carrying the possession of him who cometh, the desired branch. The lion vehemently leaping forth as a flame, rending and plucking asunder. The shining forth judge who cometh, seized and put the enemy, the serpent, down. He is abhorred. The cup is poured out on the accursed crow, the raven. Now, I know that there is truth in astrology, but it is a deception away from this story, telling you about you and your life, when it was meant to tell us about our Redeemer and his life. Understanding that there is much truth in the stars. This is the message that we were supposed to know. This is the message that has caused many other ancient religions that were around before Christianity to speak of a Christ figure. This message was known by Adam and Eve, and he passed it on to his children. And they carried this message, and it is preserved. Today I proclaim it as the message of the Creator who gives us redemption through the one he sent to complete all of what was necessary to bring us back to the garden. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I hope that you'll visit my website to read this blog and do your own research on the heavenly book that our Creator left for us before he even created man. Baruch Hashem. Todah. Goodbye. Shalom.